Hello everyone, welcome to today's presentation on how to build a better resume that gets read, stands out, and help you move on to the next stage of the hiring process. As we begin this discussion, the first thing I want us to think about is why resumes are so challenging to write. Now I'm going to talk about this from my own experience when I started writing resumes. And I dreaded the process. And I dreaded it for very specific reasons. One, I didn't know what to write, or I didn't know what the right things were to add to my resume. I read books, I went to workshops, and a lot of information, sometimes it contradicted each other, and I just didn't have the confidence of knowing if what I added was the correct information. Secondly, for all the different jobs I was applying to, I had to write different resumes. So the process was time consuming. And I used so much time sitting and writing resumes. And you create your resume and then you send it out to a job that you applied to. And more often than not, you didn't hear anything back from someone. So I didn't know if what I was doing was even working. All that time I was putting in, I just didn't know. And so every time I sat down, and you probably feel the same way in your process, and you put that resume together, it's just like without knowing if what you're doing mattered, it can really make you feel dejected and really attack your confidence when it comes to putting resumes together. Now, as I've gotten older and gotten more experience, my perspective of this has changed. I've been working in the field of digital media and marketing for some time now, for over a decade actually. And I really focus in the areas of engagement, sales, and marketing. And as I got more involved in this area, my mindset started to shift and how I viewed resumes and why they mattered. I started to focus on really how we as humans interact with information. When it comes to designing a website or doing marketing, you're really thinking about how your content really connects with people and how as human beings we actually absorb and take in that information. I mean, companies spend millions of dollars a year just trying to figure out and making sure what they're producing online is working effectively and doing the job that they want it to do. As time went on, I started to apply these ideas and concepts to the resume. Often when we talk about resumes, we're not taking in these things in consideration. We're not taking in truly the marketing side of it, or something I call resume usability, which is a term or a concept, the usability part, that is very common in the area of web design or a lot of product design, where you're really thinking about how a person interacts and engages with the content or the product you created. And in this case, we're focusing and using this kind of theory, this concept, with the resume itself. So again, what I call the resume usability. So I've kind of covering this particular subject matter from 7 different points so that we really get an understanding of how we can use resume usability to help us really compete against other people who are applying for the same positions and actually get an edge over them, because often they're not thinking about resume usability. So let's begin the first point. Well, before we go there, there's one thing I want to say. What I will cover, there will be things that you disagree with, which is fine, because it's a challenge some of the ideas that you already have. There'll be things that you already know, which is great, because what I'll share will serve as a confirmation of what you already believe. And lastly, there'll be things that you didn't know, things that are new. And really, that's great, because I really want, and my goal is to provide some value to you with this presentation. And hopefully gives you a sense or a paradigm shift of how you see the resume process and how you can apply it to your own career journey. There'll be things that I share with you that you'll disagree with. And that's fine, because it's good to have your ideas challenged. There will be ideas and things I share that you already know, which is great because it'll serve as confirmation. And lastly, there will be things that are new information you didn't know, which is also great because my goal is to provide you some kind of value, hopefully a paradigm shift in how you see resumes in a way that would help you find work and actually help you compete against others applying for similar jobs.